you are only you're only not rich. Yeah, it makes sense sometimes, but sometimes you really are not ugly. You're just not rich. Sometimes you may be rich, but you just don't know how to style yourself. Yeah, I'm saying you don't know how to look good and stuff. Take for instance, look at Mark Zuckerberg. I'm not saying Mark Zuckerberg is a handsome guy. I'm not saying he's a cutie, but he's not ugly though. And the younger Mark Zuckerberg, the nerdy, the t-shirt, the great t-shirt looking Mark Zuckerberg is not the same. Long hair, glasses wearing, cool sneaker, designer clothing, probably even right now chain wearing Mark Zuckerberg. If you get what I'm saying. So I'm saying that just a little upgrade on your looks can go a long way. Take for instance, I didn't shave, you understand, before coming. Before today, I should have. Usually, I have my hair cut like 2 or 3 times in a week, but I decided not to, you know, do my normal haircut or shaving. So I was kind of looking rough. I'm still kind of looking rough right now. But with just a little shaving I did this morning, yeah, it's not a beautiful attraction, I know. But you have to, it takes a lot to look good. So I just realize, I mean, this is not the first time I realized it. I mean, I've been shaving, and this is not the first time. But I usually don't use shaving stick. I usually go to the salon when I'm having my hair cut and let the barbers do the needful. But just to see that just this little shaving, it has kind of, should I say resurrect, or it has kind of brought me back to how good looking I used to be. You understand? So do the thing that fits you. Sometimes a certain hairstyle doesn't fit you. So you should know that. I mean, I'm not saying you can't do that hairstyle. Some people, more than one hairstyle can look good on them, but there's a particular hairstyle that look best on them. So I would say you can do more than one hairstyle, more than one look, but kind of stick to the one that makes you look fresh and good the most. Like, I mean, all this hair doing here doesn't make me look good. I don't know if it actually makes anybody look good. Sometimes a clean cut is just, man, I think I just choked on hair. Sometimes a clean cut is just absolutely the best. Sometimes. So it kind of like brought back my look, you understand? Made me fresh. Because I've been working with hair all over here for like a whole week now. And it's kind of, even looking at myself in the mirror, it doesn't make me excited about my look. But just this little, hair remover that's brought back my look. I mean, I'm some guy, I'm not ugly now in the first place, but something you got to bring your handsomeness out, stuff like that. So dress well. Like me, to be honest, I don't know how to dress well. So if there's any person that is a stylist and enjoying my live video, I would like you to style me, give me ideas, give me clues on how to look better, how to look finer. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes I wear clothes that are bigger than me. I think most times I wear clothes that are bigger than me. You understand what I'm saying? So I need to put on clothes that are just my exact size. I need to put on clothes that are my exact size and also that fits me. Let me just put it that way. That my beauty, my handsomeness will come out. To be honest, it takes money to look good, though, but more than money, it takes, I don't know. Yeah, because with money you can hire a stylist. You understand? You can outsource your looking good. You don't have to find out how you look good. You can get people who teach you how to do that, who you pay to style you. I mean, when you see these celebrities that come on the red carpet, what was it called? Met Gala, and what was it called? The Oscars, the Emmys, all these other BET, all these big awards and celebrity shows and red carpets and the rest. They are not the ones styling themselves now, 9 out of 10 times or 8 out of 10 times. Because some are good, they know how to style themselves, but people recommend what they should wear. And I guess people bring a list of items that they would prefer and say, do you go with this, do you go with this? And they try on different outfits. And I guess they now say, okay, I like this. Then the stylist is like, okay, no problem. You are going to wear this, you're going to rock this. So I guess that's how it works. So it's good to have someone that can style you. Sometimes you have the money, you have the clothes, you don't even know how to put them on. For instance, look at Mark Zuckerberg now. This guy is a billionaire. I'm not saying that you must put on Gucci designers. No, nothing wrong with the Steve Jobs turtleneck, style, the CEO style. Nothing wrong with the Johnson Heng, the Nvidia, leather jacket. All those guys don't really care about looking. They have times when they put on the suits, maybe when they are attending some Hollywood events and whatever, like Jeff Bezos and the rest. But a lot of times they just when it's office meetings or just maybe office briefing or just want to talk about a product like Steve Jobs when you're talking about Apple product. Just like be simple. You understand? But that's them. It doesn't mean that you can't drip out, you can't wear you understand a nice sneaker, a nice jacket and what have you, but to each his own. To each his own, I'll put it that way. To each his own. But look good, you understand? Look good. It doesn't have to take you so much time to look good. It doesn't have to cost you so much money to look good. It doesn't have to cost you so much pain. Because some people, I'm like, how do you wear this kind of outfit to an event? Like, it's so stressful to even put on. Some ladies, see how tight the outfit is on their body. Some you see how, I don't know how I would describe it, but it is what it is. All of these celebrities, man, and their drama. So you guys can even see if you watch my previous videos that I posted this week, you'll see that there's a change in my look simply because I just decided to shave. You see what I'm saying, bro? There's definitely a change in my look. I don't want to mess this thing up, bro. I'm trying to be careful. This morning, when I was showering, I was just thinking about fame, media, celebrities, how they make their money and stuff like that. And I think one of the people that came to my mind was the Kardashians. Yeah, I know you guys know the Kardashians. Me and Kylie, we're actually high high school mates. So many of you don't know that. Me and Kylie Jenner. I'm just joking. I don't know that girl. I've never met her, but I've seen her on social media a lot. So I was like, how did these guys know that they were gonna blow up? You understand? I'm sure there were many other live shows, uh, reality shows back then. Aside Keeping Up the Kardashian, I think there was Kendra. In fact, before Keeping Up with the Kardashian, there were some other live shows. Just that theirs became the most successful amongst many live shows. Maybe because of the scripting, maybe because of the family they came from. Her dad, Rob Kardashian, he was the lawyer that I think he did the O.J. Simpson's case. You understand? I think unfortunately the dad passed away. I don't know if it was an illness or an accident. I will do my findings later, but sadly, I think they were still kind of young when the dad passed away. But O.J. Simpson was a very famous guy, and I think her dad was a big time lawyer because I think he was defending celebrities and big dudes, and the guy was just a huge lawyer. And then the mother, I think she was into modeling or something media because she was born. So already they were kind of like famous. It was already a famous family. And even before Keeping Up with the Kardashian, I think Kim started doing modeling from a very young age. I think from her teenage age. Um, I think she was in a video with. She was in a music video. She was in a certain music video of a band of a certain artist. I only got to find out about 5 years ago about that. I saw the video. So, so what happened? Or I think they were in the media now, so they kind of knew that the internet and the media, because at the time TV was like there were a lot of TV was one of the forms of media at the time. You understand? TV, the radio. If you want to get something on, so there was kind of like centralized. You kind of needed a lot of money to be on TV back then. You needed money, cash flow, connections to be on TV, to do a reality show and stuff like that. So they had money already, and they were already like famous. I think maybe in their neighborhood, in their community, in their state, and in some parts of their country. But when they started out Keeping Up with the Kardashian show, they became worldwide famous. You get what I'm saying? But boy, I didn't watch it at that time. I was watching it because my elder sisters used to watch it. In fact, a lot of my family members used to watch it. You understand? We just sit down, be watching E News, E Entertainment, E and all those other red carpets, blah 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 blah. Although right now I don't really waste my time watching those things anymore because There are more important things for one to do with your life than just sitting and watching people. But I won't lie, if you get distracted, watching a lot of stuff I shouldn't be watching online sometimes. Sometimes it's these streamers. Sometimes all these live streamers, the I Show Speed, Kai Sinet, and all these other guys. But I do make my own live videos too, and I know people are watching me just like right now. You guys are watching me too. But I try in what ways I can to bring value to people that are watching me, value in form of entertainment, value in form of education, and sometimes value in form of edification. And some of entertainment can be very distracting at times. So it's good that even when you're trying to entertain sometimes or do something on the media, you should also enlighten people, educate people, make people smarter than they were before. So, they've made an empire through that Keeping Up with the Kardashians show. If you get what I'm saying, the Kardashians. They made an empire with that stuff. They got famous. They built their other brands on top of the fame that they got from Keeping Up with the Kardashians. For instance, Kim has her own makeup brand. I think Kim was the first to launch out into the makeup, the beauty sector. You understand? She was already a model, so that was already a form of beauty. That was a form of, I think she did a beauty pageant, I'm not sure, but that was already being in the beauty industry in one way or the other. Because at the time, you had to be, maybe you had to look a certain way to be a model, unlike now where you can be plus size and you can be a model. Not to say there's anything wrong with that. Now it's more all inclusive. You can be plus size, you can be big, you can be short, you can be, but then the criteria for being a model, you understand, it was kind of strict. So I guess from the modeling and from all of that, they built a lot of fame. I think their mother knew, how the media would work and pay out. So they did their show. I guess that was a great investment for them. They did their show, they made their money. Now, I think the show has ended. I think they did the last season a few years back. But the thing now is that a lot of what they built was built on the fame. You understand? So the fame was the foundation, the fame, the popularity that the father, the mother had, and that they themselves built over the years. They used that fame to sell products. Before even selling their own product, companies were approaching them, to do brand endorsements and all of that. The family always being in the media, dating or being married or dating and being married to Kanye West at some certain point, and dating other high class celebrities. But those guys, they don't even date regular people. I'm like telling you, most of the people they are dating is always famous people like themselves. So my point is this: can be fame is a marketable platform. You can use your fame to market yourself. So why are people buying skin? That Kim's makeup brand. Why are people buying Kylie Jenner's makeup brand? I think that was even what made her a billionaire when she started selling that makeup brand, because so many people bought it. Like when it launched, like people were buying this thing like crazy. Why does Cristiano Ronaldo, and Lionel Messi, why do they go to a certain club and the fame of that club explodes? Their social media platform explodes. People start following them. What's it called? Their Jay-Z sales skyrocket. It's the fame, the influence. And one thing you should know, that fame and influence is not built overnight. Of course, now with the internet, people can have overnight fame. But the way that fame is, I'm not saying fame is bad. Fame can be bad. The addiction for fame, the wanting fame, validation, it can be bad. You understand? I'm thinking your life doesn't make sense or doesn't have value if you're not famous, that's bad. But fame coming from doing the thing that you love to do, I think that's a good kind of fame. When you don't let the fame get to you, that's good. Rather than just doing anything, even the things that you wouldn't do, you know is the things you know is wrong, the things you know that are wrong, the things you know that it doesn't fit well with you. You understand? But you still do this because you know that it's what will make you famous. It's what people of this generation like. That's wrong. But if you're doing something that you love, that is right, that does not hurt other people, when I mean hurt other people, I'm talking about like boxing or whatever, like things that you know that do not like make society worse than it was, and you get fame from that. That's a good end fame. That's okay, and you can use that fame to market yourself. Just like Cristiano Ronaldo uses his fame to market himself. This guy is the most followed person on Instagram. He has over 669 or 670 million followers on Instagram. In all of his all the platforms combined, Ronaldo has more than, I think Ronaldo should be having close to 2 billion followers in all of the platforms combined. That's the power of his fame. And that fame comes from longevity, comes from consistency. And that consistency, it comes from passion and discipline. The reason why Ronaldo can stay so long doing what he's doing, and Messi, Messi and LeBron James, Michael Jordan, all of these guys, is it come down to, oh my God, I hope I didn't make a mistake here. Come down to me, I think, two words: consistency. And consistency is built by passion and discipline. Because there are days you will not be feeling passionate. Yeah, Ronaldo is not the only football player, but he's the most disciplined among all of them. But if you have passion for what you're doing, whether in business, whether in being in a sport, maybe you're an athlete, if you have passion for what you're doing and you are disciplined, you show up on this, you don't feel like showing up, I think it will make the difference. I think if you do it for a long period of time, you can get fame out of that. Even if you don't want fame, you get what I'm saying. Even if it's not fame, like let's talk about what should I use now? It doesn't have to be fame, but in business, in any area of your life, even with God, in your relationship with God or with somebody, you can't say you like somebody or you love somebody or you want to build a relationship with a person, your family member, a friend, somebody you want to marry, and you're not calling the person. I'm not saying disturbing the person or calling the person all the time, but there are times when you check up on the person. There are times when the person may annoy you. You don't feel like loving the person, but you just endure, you stick to it, you tolerate. You understand? There are times when it won't always be sweet and rosy, but you make sacrifices. You understand? So that's how it is too with business and all these other things.